Here we have the Knights of England switch pods, and you can see that we make them in two different sizes. One is completely authentic size, as per the TV show, and a slightly narrower version. Now, why would we produce two versions? Well, the only reason really is because some vendors produce switch pods which are a little bit too narrow to fit the fully authentic size, so we offer this slightly narrower size as well. Otherwise, the two units are exactly the same. We also offer the switch pods either with or without sockets for the LEDs to sit into. The ones that we have here have no sockets in. And if we take a look on the back of one of these units, you can see that we select which of the LED indicators is on by a jumper. And the jumpers have two positions. They can either be taken completely off to switch the corresponding LED off, or they can be moved over to the off position. Now, if we look closely at one of these, we can see that the on position is marked, it's the closest to the centre. So moving a jumper over to the outer position there would switch the corresponding element off. Alternatively, the inner position, marked by the word on, would switch the corresponding element on. We also have switches which can be wired up to any functions that you wish. Now, let's go ahead and power one of these units up. And you can see that we have a 3-wire connector, a 3-pin connector on each of these units. One of the pins is obviously power, one is ground, and the third one we'll talk about in a little while. So, we're going to put the narrow switch pod to the side for a moment because they're both exactly the same in terms of how they function. And we're going to connect our 3-way connector to the switch pod, and you can see that we've actually got these configured so that alternate indicators are selected, just to show the difference between the on elements and the off elements. So let's now apply power, and you can see that we have some elements on and some elements off. Now, what about this third wire? Well, this is a function that we've introduced to allow the off elements to be slightly illuminated in the dark so that you can actually see the functions which are switched off. Now, to demonstrate that, I'm going to have to turn out all the lights. So let's just do that. Hopefully it will be dark enough now to see. I mean, when we take a video of this unit in the dark, obviously the elements that are on look completely washed out. That's just the way that the video picks it up. So let me go ahead and try to connect this illumination wire, and you should be able to see the difference. Okay, there we go. So now the illumination wire is connected. You can see that the off elements are slightly illuminated, just enough to be able to see what the functions are for nighttime driving. And that third wire can just be wired up to the park light connection on your car. So illumination on, illumination off. Now, to use that illumination function, you do actually have to have power and ground connected. If you just connect the illumination lead and ground, it won't illuminate. You have to have power and ground connected the whole time, and just connect this third yellow wire to the park light feed if you want this function on. In the daytime, of course, this slight illumination will be completely unnoticeable, so it's only something that you can pick up at night time.